The world of manifestation is filled with vague promises and mystical concepts. But what if abundance was not a magical feeling you hope for, but a tangible result you can build, measure, and hold in your hand? What if attracting wealth was a practical skill, a proven method based on concrete actions and repeatable steps? For too long, the bridge between inner intention and outer reality has seemed unstable and unclear. This book is that bridge. It is a practical, no-nonsense blueprint designed to translate timeless spiritual principles into real-world, measurable results. It is not about wishing for wealth. It is about building it, step by deliberate step. Prepare to move beyond hope and into the realm of tangible abundance. Tangible Abundance, a proven method to manifest real-world results, written and published by Success Attraction Formula. Chapter 1. Defining Abundance in Practical Terms. A man named Marcus was a devoted and sincere student of spiritual and metaphysical texts. He meditated daily, he diligently practiced gratitude, and he genuinely felt a deep and abiding sense of inner peace and connection to the universe. He would often tell his friends with complete sincerity, "I feel so abundant," and in the spiritual sense, he truly meant it. Yet, a quiet and persistent paradox haunted the corners of his life, a dissonance between his inner feeling and his outer reality. Despite his internal state of abundance, his external world screamed lack and limitation. He was deep in credit card debt that felt like a physical weight on his shoulders. He worked a stressful and unfulfilling job just to make ends meet, and he never ever had enough precious time for his passions, his health, or his family. His spiritual abundance was not translating into the tangible, real-world results that he so deeply craved. Marcus's story highlights the central challenge that this book seeks to solve. The word abundance has become so broad, so esoteric, and so focused on feeling alone that it has often lost its practical, grounded, and everyday meaning. This chapter is about reclaiming that meaning with power and precision. It is about moving abundance from a fuzzy, abstract concept in your head to a clear, concrete, and measurable reality in every area of your life. Before you can build a magnificent house, you need a clear, detailed, and precise architectural blueprint. Before you can successfully navigate to a distant city, you need a specific address to enter into your GPS. And before you can manifest tangible, real-world abundance, you must first define exactly what tangible abundance looks like, feels like, and means for you. The first step is to understand that true, holistic, and sustainable abundance is not just about money. While financial prosperity is a critical and non-negotiable component, a person with $1 billion in the bank but no time to enjoy it, a body racked with poor health, or a life filled with toxic and draining relationships is not truly abundant. They are simply wealthy in one isolated area. Tangible abundance, the kind we are building here, stands on 4 sturdy and equally important pillars. A successful and truly prosperous life requires all 4 of these pillars to be strong, stable, and in a state of beautiful balance. The first and most foundational pillar is financial abundance. This is the pillar that this book will heavily focus on, as it is often the area of greatest struggle and desire. In practical, tangible terms, financial abundance is about more than just a large, static number in a bank account. It is about creating a healthy, consistent, and ever-expanding cash flow, where more money is joyfully coming into your life than is going out. It is about having a positive and consistently growing net worth, which is the true measure of your financial health. It is about having robust savings and intelligent investments that provide a profound sense of security, peace, and the freedom to make choices based on desire rather than necessity. It is the ability to purchase the things you need and desire, from groceries to a new home, without the heavy, contracting energy of stress or anxiety. It is the liberation that comes from being completely free from the crushing weight of high-interest debt. Financial abundance is, quite simply, having the material resources to live a comfortable, safe, generous, and fulfilling life. The second, equally vital pillar is time abundance. This is often considered the ultimate luxury, the true currency of a well-lived life. Time is the one precious resource that once spent can never be replenished. Having an abundance of time means you have sovereignty and control over your own schedule, your most valuable asset. It is the freedom to choose how you spend your days, rather than having the majority of your waking hours dictated by the demands of a job or a boss that you do not love. It is having the unstructured time to invest in your health by exercising and preparing nutritious food. It is having the open space in your calendar to truly nurture your relationships, to pursue your hobbies and passions that light up your soul, and to simply be still and do nothing at all. A person who earns a high income but works 80 stressful hours a week with no time for themselves or their loved ones is experiencing a severe and painful time deficit. True, tangible abundance means having both the money and the time to enjoy it. The third pillar is health abundance. This is the profound wealth of physical energy, mental clarity, and emotional vitality. What good is all the money and all the time in the world if you do not have the physical health and vibrant energy to enjoy your life? Health abundance, in practical terms, is about waking up in the morning feeling genuinely rested, restored, and energized for the day ahead. It's about having a body that is strong, capable, flexible, and free from chronic nagging pain. It is about possessing the mental clarity to focus on your goals and the emotional resilience to navigate life's inevitable challenges with a sense of grace and centeredness. This form of abundance is the very foundation upon which all other forms are built, for without your health, nothing else in your life truly matters. The fourth and final pillar is relationship abundance. This is the immense wealth of love, support, deep connection, and a sense of belonging. It is about being surrounded by people who uplift you, who believe in you, who celebrate your wins, and support you through your challenges. It is about having a strong, reliable support system, a loving and harmonious family, and deep, authentic friendships where you can be your true self. It is also about cultivating a positive, loving, and supportive relationship with yourself, the most important relationship of all. A person can have all the money, time, and health in the world, but if they are lonely, isolated, and disconnected, they will feel a profound sense of inner poverty. Relationship abundance is the emotional richness that gives our lives true purpose and meaning. To begin your journey toward tangible abundance, you must first create an honest and accurate baseline of where you are starting from. In a dedicated journal, you are going to conduct a tangible abundance audit. Create a section for each of the 4 pillars. Under each pillar, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being a state of severe lack and 10 being a state of ideal, overflowing abundance, honestly rate where you are right now in your life. After giving yourself a score for each pillar, write a few detailed sentences explaining why you chose that number. For finance, you might ask, what is my current monthly cash flow? What is my net worth? How do I feel when I open my banking app? For time, you might ask, how many hours per week are truly mine to do with as I please? Do I generally feel rushed and stressed, or calm and at ease? This is a completely judgment-free exercise. It is simply about gathering data and creating a clear, tangible starting point for your journey. This audit provides you with the undeniable clarity you need to begin building your new reality with conscious and deliberate purpose. You have now moved abundance from a vague, mystical wish to a well-defined, multifaceted, and profoundly practical concept. You have a clear blueprint of what a tangible, real-world, abundant life looks like for you across the 4 key pillars, and you have honestly and courageously audited your starting point. But a general destination is useless without a clear, specific, and measurable address. How do you transform your general desire for more into a set of crystal-clear, measurable wealth intentions that will act as a powerful and effective GPS for your subconscious mind and your daily actions? Our next chapter holds the key to this precision. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 2. Setting Clear, Measurable Wealth Intentions. Imagine the board of directors of a major, highly successful global company gathering for their crucial annual planning meeting. The chief executive officer stands up before the team and declares, "Our primary goal for this upcoming year is to do better." The room would be filled with a confused and awkward silence. What does better even mean? How will they know if they have achieved it? How can they possibly align their teams and their resources around such a vague and meaningless statement? This is not how successful organizations operate. A real CEO would stand up and declare with precision, "Our primary objective this year is to increase our total revenue by 20%, to expand our market share into 2 new international territories, and to improve our customer satisfaction rating to an average of 95%. This is a clear, specific, and measurable set of intentions. It gives the entire complex company a precise and unified target to aim for, allowing every department and every individual to align their actions, to track their progress, and ultimately, to achieve the collective goal. Your personal financial life is the most important and sacred enterprise you will ever run. To achieve tangible, real-world abundance, you must stop operating with the vague, hopeful wishes of an amateur and start setting the clear, measurable intentions of a successful CEO. Having defined the 4 pillars of tangible abundance, you must now get incredibly specific about the results you intend to create, particularly within the pillar of financial abundance. The universe as a creative force responds to the power of clarity. A vague intention, like "I want to be rich," sends a fuzzy, weak, and diffused signal out into the creative field. A clear, specific, and measurable intention, on the other hand, sends a powerful, focused, laser-like signal that organizes your own inner resources, your focus, your creativity, your motivation, and the external forces of the universe toward a single, well-defined outcome. The great challenge here is that many people are afraid to get specific. They subconsciously worry that if they name a specific number and do not achieve it, they will feel like a failure. But the opposite is true. A specific intention is not a tool for self-judgment. It is a powerful tool for focused creation, for giving your creative power a clear and unambiguous job to do. Your task this week is to become the chief financial officer of your own life and to define your abundance KPIs, or key performance indicators. These are the specific, measurable metrics that will define what tangible financial success looks like for you in the short, medium, and long term. In your journal, create a section titled My Measurable Wealth Intentions. Here, you will translate your fuzzy, abstract desires into concrete, tangible targets. Let's look at some examples of this powerful transformation. A vague wish is, "I want to get out of debt." A clear, measurable intention is, "I will be completely free of all credit card debt by December 31st, 2026, by strategically paying an additional $500 towards the principal balance each and every month." A vague wish is, "I want to save more money." A clear, measurable intention is, "I will have $10,000 in my high-yield Freedom Fund savings account within the next 18 months by setting up an automatic transfer of $200 every 2 weeks. A vague wish is, "I want to increase my income." A clear, measurable intention is, "I will increase my active monthly income by $2,000 within the next 6 months. To make this process even more powerful, you can create tiered intentions. This involves setting a long-term North Star intention, which then gets broken down into more manageable medium-term and short-term goals. For example, your North Star intention might be to achieve a net worth of $1 million within the next 10 years. This is a big, exciting goal. You would then break this down into a medium-term intention, such as to generate $100,000 in annual revenue from my business within the next 2 years. Finally, you would break that down into a short-term, 90-day KPI to secure 3 new high-value clients this quarter. This tiered approach makes even the grandest vision feel achievable, as you only need to focus on the immediate, tangible next step. The very act of setting a clear, measurable intention is profoundly powerful on a psychological and neurological level. When you give your brain a specific problem to solve, such as, "How can I earn an extra $2,000 a month?" you engage your brain's prefrontal cortex, its executive function. It immediately starts to work on the problem in the background, looking for solutions and strategies. Furthermore, a clear goal allows you to track your progress, and every time you hit a small milestone, your brain releases a hit of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with motivation and reward. This creates a positive feedback loop, where progress fuels motivation, which fuels more progress. To overcome the natural fear that can arise when setting big, bold intentions, you can use a powerful practice known as fear setting. In your journal, write down your clear, measurable intention. Then, answer 3 questions about it. 1. What is the absolute worst thing that could happen if I pursue this and fail? Write down every fear. 2. What could I do to mitigate or repair the damage if the worst-case scenario were to happen? You will often find that the potential damage is not as catastrophic as you imagined. 3. What is the cost of inaction? What will my life look like in 1 year, 5 years, and 10 years if I do not pursue this goal and continue on my current path? This third question is often the most powerful, as it reveals that the true risk is not in trying and failing, but in never trying at all. When you set your intentions, it is important to do so from a place of excitement and positive expectation, not desperate need. Frame them as an exciting and inspiring game you are choosing to play with the universe. The numbers and the deadlines are not there to pressure you. They are there to give you the gift of focus and clarity. You have now moved from the abstract to the concrete. Your measurable intentions are set, and you have a clear, tangible, and exciting target on your personal and financial map. You have given yourself and the universe a precise destination. But a destination on a map is just a point of interest until you start moving toward it. How do you build the powerful vehicle that will take you there? How do you convert the potent mental practice of visualization into the concrete, consistent, and disciplined daily actions that build real-world momentum and make your intentions an inevitable reality? Our next chapter holds the powerful blueprint. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 3. Converting Visualization into Daily Actions. Imagine a brilliant and visionary architect standing on an empty plot of land. She closes her eyes, and in the vast and fertile theater of her mind, she sees a magnificent skyscraper, a gleaming and majestic tower of glass and steel that seems to touch the very clouds. She can see every intricate detail, the grand, sunlit lobby, the silent, high-speed elevators, the breathtaking panoramic view from the top floor. This is a powerful, essential, and non-negotiable act of visualization. But the skyscraper does not then magically appear out of thin air on the empty plot. The architect's next, and most crucial, step is to take that magnificent and detailed vision from her mind and painstakingly convert it into a set of highly detailed, practical, and mathematically precise blueprints. These blueprints then become the sacred guide for the real-world, daily actions of the construction crew. The strategic pouring of the concrete foundation, the precise welding of the massive steel beams, the meticulous installation of thousands of windows. Visualization without a clear plan of action is just a beautiful and fleeting daydream. Visualization that is systematically converted into a clear plan of daily, consistent action is the very genesis of a real-world masterpiece. This chapter is about becoming that master architect of your own life. It is about bridging the inner world of your vision with the outer world of your results, by converting your mental pictures into a tangible, actionable, and non-negotiable daily action plan. The world of manifestation is filled with the pervasive misconception that visualization is a passive, magical act. Many people believe that if they simply visualize their desire with enough feeling and intensity, they can then sit back on their couch, wait, and their desire will be delivered to their doorstep like a package. While visualization is an incredibly powerful and essential tool for aligning your energy, programming your subconscious mind, and clarifying your desire, it is only the first half of the tangible creation equation. The law of attraction is not just about attracting. It is about actively interacting with the world. You must meet the universe halfway. The primary purpose of visualization, in this practical method, is not to make things happen by magic. Its purpose is to inspire, to motivate, and to guide you to take the necessary, effective, and often courageous actions that will make your vision a tangible reality. Let's reframe visualization not as a passive wishing session, but as a strategic rehearsal. When an Olympic gold medalist visualizes their perfect performance, they are not just hoping for a gold medal. They are mentally rehearsing, in vivid detail, every muscle movement, every turn, every breath, every strategic decision. This intense mental rehearsal creates neural pathways in their brain that are identical to the ones created by actual physical practice. It primes their mind and body for success, making the perfect performance feel familiar, natural, and automatic when the time comes to compete. Your daily visualization practice is your strategic rehearsal for success. You are not just seeing the end result. You are mentally and emotionally rehearsing the feeling of that success and priming your powerful mind to spot the opportunities and to take the actions that are in perfect alignment with that success. To make this process practical and powerful, you must implement a technique called action mapping immediately following your daily visualization session. After you have spent a few minutes immersing yourself in the rich, sensory experience of your goal already achieved, while you are still in that high-frequency, inspired, and creative state, you must ask yourself one simple and profoundly powerful question. What is one small, tangible step I can take today that is in alignment with the reality I just visualized? The key here is small and today. We are not looking for a giant, overwhelming leap. We are looking for the very next logical step, the first domino. The answer might be an intuitive nudge or a clear, practical idea. Write this action step down in your journal. This is your manifestation homework for the day. This simple but profound practice powerfully and undeniably bridges the gap between your inner vision and your outer, real-world action. It is important to understand that these actions fall into two distinct and equally important categories. The first are practical actions. These are the logical, strategic, real-world steps that are obviously and directly connected to your goal. If your measurable intention is to increase your income by landing 2 new clients, a practical action might be to update your resume, to make a sales call, to send a pitch email, or to register for a course to learn a new high-demand skill. These are the welding the beams actions that physically and literally build your skyscraper. The second and equally vital category is vibrational actions. These are actions that may not seem to have a direct, logical link to your goal, but which are designed to cultivate the feeling and the core identity of the person who has already achieved it. For example, if your goal is financial abundance, a vibrational action might be to deep clean and organize your wallet or your purse, throwing out old receipts and organizing your cash neatly. This sends a powerful subconscious message of order, respect, and readiness for the money you already have. A vibrational action might be to dress in your best clothes, even if you are just working from home, in order to embody the feeling of success and professionalism. A vibrational action could be to test drive your dream car or to walk through your ideal neighborhood to make your desire feel more real, attainable, and familiar. A truly effective and holistic action plan includes a healthy and balanced diet of both practical and vibrational actions. Let's return to Alex, whose measurable intention is to increase his monthly freelance income by $2,000. He begins his daily strategic rehearsal. He vividly visualizes a joyful and successful Zoom call with a new, ideal client who is enthusiastically signing a high-value contract with him. He allows himself to feel the rush of excitement, the deep sense of pride, and the profound feeling of security that this new income brings. After his visualization, while still feeling that success, he does his action mapping. On Monday, his inspired action is practical. Research 10 potential new clients that fit my ideal client profile. On Tuesday, the action is also practical. Update my online portfolio to showcase my best work and add new testimonials. On Wednesday, his action is vibrational. Go to a high-end, beautiful hotel lobby, buy the best coffee they have, and work from there for 2 hours to embody the feeling of being a highly successful, in-demand freelancer. The visualization provided the inspiration and the high-frequency energy, and the action mapping provided the clear, tangible steps that converted that powerful energy into real-world, undeniable momentum. By consistently converting your inner vision into outer, tangible action, you become an active, powerful co-creator with the universe. You are no longer passively waiting for your life to change. You are actively and deliberately building your new reality, one brick, one beam, one action at a time. You are now powerfully and effectively linking your inner vision to your outer daily actions, building unstoppable momentum toward your measurable goals. To support this new, proactive, and successful identity, you need to upgrade your mind's internal operating system. How do you apply the powerful practice of affirmations, not as hopeful, flimsy wishes, but as direct, potent programming commands that produce tangible, measurable outcomes in your daily behavior and ultimately in your bank account? Our next chapter holds this powerful and practical secret. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula. Give this video a like and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 4. Applying affirmations with measurable outcomes. Most affirmations are completely and utterly useless. This is a bold and perhaps controversial claim, but it is a fundamental truth that needs to be spoken to save you from years of frustrating and fruitless effort. The practice of repeating positive statements has become a ubiquitous cornerstone of the self-help and spiritual worlds, yet millions of people recite them daily with little to no tangible, measurable change in their real-world circumstances. They stand in the mirror and dutifully repeat, "I am wealthy and prosperous," while their bank account remains stubbornly empty and their heart is filled with the heavy, contradictory feeling of lack. The reason for this widespread failure is that a traditional affirmation, when it is not directly and undeniably connected to a real-world action, is just a well-intentioned but powerless slogan. It is a wish, not a command. A true, tangible, and effective affirmation is not just a statement of a desired state of being. It is a direct and powerful command for a specific behavior that is designed to produce a clear and measurable result. This chapter is about transforming your affirmations from flimsy, hopeful wishes into potent, action-oriented programming commands for your subconscious mind that will drive tangible results. The core challenge with traditional affirmations is the intense cognitive dissonance they often create. Cognitive dissonance, a term from psychology, is the profound mental and emotional discomfort we experience when we hold two or more contradictory beliefs or values at the same time. When you have a deep-seated subconscious belief that you are not good with money or unworthy of success, and you try to plaster a conscious thought of "I am a money magnet" on top of it, your entire system rebels. It feels like a lie. The powerful subconscious mind, which runs the vast majority of your life's programming, will instinctively reject the new, unfamiliar statement because there is no evidence to support it in your current reality or your past experience. The secret to making affirmations truly work, to making them tangible, is to bypass this internal conflict by linking them directly to a tangible, provable action that you can execute immediately. The proven method for this is to create what we will call action-based affirmations. An action-based affirmation is a powerful statement that strategically fuses your desired identity with a specific, measurable behavior that is in perfect alignment with that identity. This brilliant shift in structure moves the focus from a vague and often unbelievable state of being, "I am wealthy," to a concrete, achievable course of action, "I do the things that wealthy people do." The simple but profoundly effective formula for crafting these affirmations is as follows. I am your desired identity, so I action verb a specific, measurable behavior. This structure is a game changer because it first states the new identity you are choosing to embody, and then it immediately gives your subconscious mind a clear, actionable, and non-negotiable command that will provide instant evidence to support that new identity. Let's look at how this practical structure transforms a traditional, ineffective affirmation into a powerful, results-driven command. The traditional affirmation is, "I am a successful and wealthy entrepreneur." For someone just starting their business, who may be struggling financially, this can feel like a huge, discouraging lie. The new, action-based affirmation would be, "I am a successful and wealthy entrepreneur, so I confidently and professionally reach out to 5 new potential clients every single day." Notice the profound difference. The second statement is no longer just a vague and potentially unbelievable claim. It is a declaration of identity immediately followed by a specific, measurable, and achievable daily action. When you speak this affirmation in the morning, and then you actually perform the action of reaching out to 5 new people, You are providing your subconscious mind with immediate, undeniable proof that you are, in fact, the kind of person you claim to be. You are closing the gap between your words and your actions and building self-trust. Here are some other examples of this powerful transformation. Instead of the vague, "I am healthy and fit," your action-based affirmation could be, "I am a healthy and energetic person who loves my body, so I joyfully and consistently move my body for 30 minutes every morning." Instead of the passive, "I am a successful author," it could be, "I am a disciplined and prolific author who honors my craft, so I write 500 new words of my manuscript every single day before checking my email." Instead of the nebulous, "I am financially free," it could be, "I am a conscious and responsible creator of wealth, so I track my income and expenses and review my financial goals with my partner every Sunday night." These powerful affirmations work because they reprogram your subconscious mind for a new behavior. And it is the consistent and focused repetition of this new, high-value behavior that inevitably and predictably produces the tangible, real-world result you desire. Let's bring our friend Alex back into the story one last time. His measurable intention is to increase his freelance income by $2,000 a month. He tried using the traditional affirmation, "I am a six-figure freelancer," but every time he said it, a voice in his head would mock him, and he would feel discouraged. He then learns to create an action-based affirmation. He crafts a new, powerful command, "I am a highly sought-after and prosperous freelance designer who provides immense value, so I dedicate the first 90 minutes of every workday to high-value client acquisition and professional outreach." This new affirmation changed everything for him. It stopped feeling like a lie because he was affirming a professional identity and then immediately proving it to himself with a corresponding, non-negotiable action. It was no longer about wishing, it was about doing. This new, focused, and confident daily behavior is what ultimately led to him connecting with 2 new high-paying clients, allowing him to achieve his measurable financial intention ahead of schedule. He did not just wish for the result. He affirmed the identity and executed the behavior that was a direct and tangible cause of the result. Your action-based affirmations become the powerful software that runs your daily operations. You can write them in your journal, put them on sticky notes on your computer, and most importantly, speak them aloud with power, feeling, and conviction during your daily ritual. They are your personal marching orders for the day, the clear and potent commands that will guide your focus and your actions toward the inevitable achievement of your tangible goals. You are now programming your mind for tangible success and backing it up with consistent, daily, and measurable action. You are powerfully aligning your identity with your behavior. But in any great and important project, it is absolutely essential to pause, review your progress, and make sure you are on the right track. How do you effectively track your journey toward abundance using tangible, real-world milestones so you can see what is working, build unstoppable momentum, and stay motivated and inspired for the entire journey ahead? Our next chapter holds the key to this vital practice. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 5. Tracking Progress Through Tangible Milestones. Imagine you decide to embark on a great and challenging cross-country road trip, a monumental journey from the sun-drenched coast of California to the vibrant heart of New York City. You have your final destination clearly and precisely programmed into your vehicle's GPS. This is your clear and measurable intention. Would you then get into your car and drive for days and weeks on end, refusing to look at the map or the passing road signs, only allowing yourself to feel a sense of accomplishment once you finally see the distant silhouette of the Statue of Liberty? Of course not. That would be a surefire recipe for overwhelming frustration, deep discouragement, and the potential for giving up entirely. Instead, a wise traveler would meticulously track their progress. They would feel a jolt of success upon crossing the state line into Nevada, celebrate reaching the majestic mountains of Colorado, and take a triumphant photo at the Gateway Arch in St. Louis. These are your vital milestones. They are the tangible, undeniable proof that you are moving in the right direction. The journey to tangible abundance is exactly the same. You must learn to track your progress through clear, tangible, and predefined milestones. Because it is the consistent acknowledgement and celebration of this forward progress that builds the unstoppable, self-perpetuating momentum you need to reach your final, magnificent destination. Having set your clear, measurable intentions, the next phase of this practical and proven method is to create a robust and reliable system for tracking your progress. The primary challenge that causes so many well-intentioned people to give up on their goals is that they focus exclusively on the final, distant destination. They want to save $10,000, but when they look at the $200 they have managed to save so far, the immense gap between where they are and where they want to be feels discouraging and almost impossible to bridge. This all-or-nothing thinking is a poison to motivation. The powerful principle of psychological momentum, however, states that success breeds success. By strategically breaking your large, intimidating goal down into a series of smaller, more manageable, tangible milestones and consciously celebrating each one as a significant victory, you create a powerful psychological and energetic feedback loop. Each celebrated milestone provides your brain with a rewarding hit of dopamine, the neurotransmitter of motivation, which makes you eager to continue. And each milestone provides your subconscious mind with undeniable, concrete proof that you are in fact succeeding, which in turn strengthens your belief in the inevitability of your ultimate success. The technique for this is milestone mapping. In your journal, take the primary measurable intention that you set for yourself in Chapter 2. Now, you're going to reverse engineer that goal, breaking it down into a series of smaller, sequential milestones. If your goal is to save $10,000 in 18 months, your milestones could be monthly or quarterly savings goals. For example, Milestone 1, save $500. Milestone 2, save $1,000, and so on. If your goal is to pay off a large credit card debt, your milestones could be paying off the first $1,000, then the second, then the third. If your goal is to land 2 new high-value clients, Milestone 1 could be completing the research on 20 potential clients. Milestone 2 could be sending out 10 customized proposals. And Milestone 3 could be successfully landing the first of the 2 clients. These milestones are the encouraging road signs on your journey. They make the grand and sometimes intimidating journey feel manageable, achievable, and even exciting by providing regular and frequent opportunities for you to acknowledge and celebrate your progress. To make this even more effective, you can track both leading and lagging indicators. A lagging indicator is the final result, the amount of money in your savings account, or the number of clients you have landed. It lags behind your efforts. A leading indicator is a metric that predicts future success, a measure of the key actions you have direct control over. For example, if your lagging indicator is save $500 this month, your leading indicators might be pack lunch for work 20 times this month, or work 5 extra hours on my side business each week. Tracking your leading indicators is incredibly empowering because you have 100% control over them. Even if you miss your lagging indicator 1 month, you can still celebrate the fact that you successfully executed your leading indicator actions, which builds the habits that guarantee future success. Once you have your milestones and your leading indicators mapped out, you must create a progress tracker. This can be a simple chart or a visually engaging graph in your journal. Visually tracking your progress is incredibly powerful. For a savings goal, you could draw a large thermometer and color in a new section each time you reach a new milestone. For a debt reduction goal, you can create a chart that shows the balance decreasing each month. For a client acquisition goal, you can have a series of checkboxes for your leading indicators. This visual representation makes your progress tangible and undeniable. It takes it out of the realm of abstract numbers in your head and turns it into a concrete reality that you can see with your own eyes. This visual proof is a powerful antidote to the insidious voice of doubt that might whisper, "You're not getting anywhere." Your tracker will be the undeniable evidence that you are, in fact, moving forward with power and purpose. Let's look at the story of a woman named Sarah, whose measurable intention is to save $20,000 for a down payment on a house over a period of 2 years. Initially, this goal feels massive and almost impossible. She feels a sense of dread and overwhelm every time she thinks about it. She then learns about this tangible tracking method. She breaks the $20,000 goal down into 8 quarterly milestones of $2,500 each. This immediately feels more achievable. She then identifies her leading indicators, automating a weekly transfer to savings and canceling 3 unused monthly subscriptions. She creates a beautiful progress tracker in her journal, with 8 large boxes to check off for her milestones and a weekly tracker for her leading indicators. At the end of the first quarter, she has successfully saved the required amount. Instead of just letting the moment pass, she performs a small celebratory ritual. She treats herself to a nice dinner out and takes a moment to write in her journal about how proud she is of her discipline and focus. This act of celebration reinforces the positive behavior. As she triumphantly checks off the first box on her tracker, she feels a powerful surge of motivation and confidence. The journey no longer feels daunting. It feels like an exciting and achievable game. This momentum makes it easier for her to stay on track for the next quarter and the next until she joyfully reaches her final goal. The celebration of your milestones is a non-negotiable part of this practical method. It is the energy of acknowledgement that matters. You are now tracking your progress, celebrating your milestones, and building powerful and unstoppable momentum toward your measurable intentions. But what happens when you hit an unexpected and frustrating roadblock? What do you do when, despite your best and most focused efforts, you encounter a persistent block or a disheartening plateau that seems to halt all of your hard-won progress? How do you diagnose the source of these obstacles and overcome them with focused, practical, and effective strategies? Our next chapter holds the key to becoming an unstoppable force for creation. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 6. Overcoming Blocks with Focus Strategies. Imagine a powerful and majestic river flowing steadily and with great force from a high mountain glacier toward the vast, open sea. Its direction is clear, its destination is certain, and its momentum is strong. But along its long and winding journey, the river inevitably encounters obstacles. A massive boulder may fall from a cliff into its path, or a collection of fallen logs and debris may create a temporary jam that slows its flow to a trickle. Does the river give up, turn back, or conclude that its journey is over? Never. The river, a true master of persistence and fluid dynamics, simply and patiently builds up its pressure, its focused and powerful energy, and finds a new way forward. It might carve a new path around the boulder over time, or its rising waters might build up enough force to flow over and dislodge the logjam. The obstacle does not defeat the river, it simply causes a temporary redirection and often makes the river even stronger. Your journey of tangible manifestation is much like this powerful river. You will inevitably encounter blocks, plateaus, and unexpected obstacles. These are not signs of failure or proof that this method does not work. They are natural, normal, and even necessary parts of the creative process. This chapter is about becoming like the wise and powerful river. It is about learning to diagnose the source of your blocks with precision and to apply focused, practical strategies to overcome them and restore your powerful, abundant forward flow. When your progress toward your measurable intention stalls, the most common and destructive human reaction is to panic, to get frustrated, or to immediately conclude, "This method isn't working for me." This is a disempowering victim mindset that gives all of your creative power to the temporary block. The tangible abundance method requires you to adopt a radically different and more powerful perspective. A block is not a verdict. It is simply valuable feedback. The universe is not telling you no. It is simply showing you, through the lack of results, that there is an area of your creative strategy that requires a thoughtful course correction. Your job is not to despair. Your job is to become a curious, resourceful, and unemotional strategist, to diagnose the problem with precision, and to apply a focused and intelligent solution. When you hit a block, there are three primary areas to investigate in your diagnostic process. You must ask yourself if the block is related to your clarity, your alignment, or your action. By systematically and honestly examining these three areas, you can pinpoint the source of the resistance and apply the correct and most effective strategy to get back on track. The first area to diagnose is clarity. Ask yourself, with radical honesty, has my intention become fuzzy, or have I started to secretly doubt that I truly want it? Sometimes, after the initial excitement of setting a new goal, our focus can waver. We might start to entertain conflicting desires. I want to start a business, but I also want the security of my current job. Or we might allow the fearful or skeptical opinions of others to dilute the purity of our vision. The focused strategic solution for a clarity block is to go back to the foundational work you did in Chapter 2. Reread and, if necessary, rewrite your measurable intention. Reconnect with your powerful emotional why. Spend extra dedicated time with your sensory immersion exercise, making your vision even more vivid, more compelling, and more real in your mind. This powerful act of refocusing your intention is often enough to reignite your motivation and dissolve the block that was created by your scattered focus. The second and most common source of a block is in your energetic alignment. Ask yourself, have I allowed my dominant emotional state, my vibration, to drift back into the old, familiar territory of fear, worry, doubt, or impatience? You might be taking all the right actions on the outside, but if your underlying vibration has dropped back into a state of lack, you will be creating powerful energetic resistance that sabotages your physical efforts. A common cause of this is impatience. You start to worry that it is not happening fast enough, and this worry becomes your dominant vibration, which by law can only attract more things to worry about. The focus strategy for an alignment block is to intensify your vibrational action practice from Chapter 3. This means doubling down on the activities that make you feel abundant now. It might mean curating your media environment more ruthlessly, creating a new uplifting music playlist that makes you feel powerful, or spending more time in nature to restore your sense of peace. The most powerful strategy, however, is to re-engage with the law of radical gratitude, finding things to appreciate even in the midst of the frustrating plateau. The third area to diagnose is action. Ask yourself, have I stopped taking consistent, focused daily action toward my goal? Have I fallen into a state of passivity, overwhelm, or procrastination? This often happens after an initial burst of enthusiastic activity. We get busy, we get distracted, or we hit a small setback and our daily action habit falters. The strategic solution for an action block is to revisit the action mapping technique from Chapter 3, but with a specific focus on making the next required step even smaller, easier, and less intimidating. Procrastination is often caused by the feeling of being overwhelmed by the size of the next task. The antidote is to break that task down into a ridiculously small, non-threatening micro-action. If your action for the day is write a business plan, that can feel overwhelming and lead to procrastination. A ridiculously small action is open a new document and write a single headline. Often, taking that one tiny, easy step is enough to break the powerful inertia of procrastination and get your momentum flowing again. By moving through this logical, three-part diagnostic process, clarity, alignment, action, you can approach your blocks with the cool confidence of an engineer rather than the helpless panic of a victim. You are no longer at the mercy of your plateaus. You have a clear and focused strategy for diagnosing and overcoming them, turning every obstacle into a valuable opportunity for refinement, growth, and ultimately, greater success. You now have the strategic and practical tools to overcome any block and to navigate any plateau with grace, wisdom, and renewed confidence, turning every obstacle into a valuable stepping stone on your path to success. As you consistently apply these powerful strategies, your initial measurable goals will inevitably come within your reach. But how do you ensure that your hard-won success is not just a fleeting, one-time event, but the solid beginning of a lifetime of continued and predictable expansion? How do you strategically scale your initial opportunities into lasting, sustainable, and ever-expanding prosperity? Our next chapter holds the key to building an empire of abundance. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 7. Scaling Opportunities into Lasting Prosperity. Imagine a brilliant and determined entrepreneur who, after months of tireless and focused effort, finally launches her first innovative product and makes her first big, exhilarating sale. It is a moment of incredible triumph, a tangible validation of her vision and her hard work. What does she do next? Does she close up her shop, considering her mission accomplished and her journey complete? Of course not. That would be the thinking of a hobbyist, not a professional. A smart, strategic entrepreneur immediately asks a new set of powerful questions. That was magnificent. It worked. Now, how do I build a reliable system to replicate and scale this success? How do I go from 1 sale to 1,000? She analyzes exactly what worked, she refines her process, she eliminates what did not work, and she builds a sustainable and scalable business model that can generate sales consistently, not just as a one-time event. The same strategic and forward-thinking mindset must be applied to your journey of tangible abundance. Achieving your first measurable intention is not the finish line. It is the powerful and exciting proof of concept. The law of scaling states that you must consciously and strategically leverage your initial successes to create robust systems for lasting, sustainable, and ever-expanding prosperity. This chapter is about making the crucial mental shift from the mindset of a one-time manifester to the mindset of a lifelong, strategic wealth builder. The primary challenge at this advanced stage is what can be called the lottery winner syndrome. This is the well-documented tendency for people who receive a sudden, large windfall of money without changing their underlying habits and mindset to lose it all and revert to their old financial set point. Lasting prosperity is not created by one-time magical events. It is created by consciously building and diligently maintaining effective abundance systems. An abundance system is a repeatable process, a set of interconnected habits, or a standard operating procedure that is strategically designed to consistently generate a desired tangible result. Your initial success was not an accident. It was the result of a process you followed, whether you were fully conscious of it or not. You defined a clear goal, you aligned your energy and your identity with it, you took consistent action, and you tracked your progress. Now, your job as a strategist is to analyze that successful process and turn it from a one-time project into a formal, repeatable system. In your journal, take your most recent success and deconstruct it. Answer these questions with the precision of an engineer. What was the exact measurable intention I set? What were the 3 most critical practical actions I took that led to the result? What were the key vibrational actions that kept my energy high? What were the core beliefs and action-based affirmations that supported me? What obstacles did I overcome? And what specific strategy did I use? By meticulously deconstructing your success, you are identifying the unique components of your own personal abundance creation formula. Once you have identified your personal success formula, you can then create a system to make it a consistent and integrated part of your life or business. For example, let's say your first success was landing a new high-paying freelance client. Your analysis might show that the success came from a specific combination of daily affirmations about your professional value, researching 10 potential new clients every Monday, and sending out 3 highly personalized and value-driven proposals every Friday. You have now identified your successful system. To scale this success, you simply commit to running this proven system consistently every single week, refining and improving it as you go. It is no longer a one-time monumental effort. It is your professional standard operating procedure. This is how you move from a single, celebrated win to a predictable, reliable, and scalable income stream. Another key component of scaling your success is to strategically leverage the powerful force of momentum. When you achieve a goal, you are in a potent, high-frequency, energetic state of success, confidence, and belief. This is not the time to sit back and rest on your laurels. It is the most fertile and powerful time to set your next, slightly larger and more exciting measurable intention. You are on a vibrational winning streak, and you want to use that powerful forward-moving energy to propel you to the next level. After successfully manifesting an extra $2,000 a month, you can immediately set a new intention to increase it to $4,000. This practice of success stacking, of immediately and strategically leveraging one achievement to fuel the next, is how you create a powerful, self-perpetuating upward spiral of exponential and often rapid growth in your life. Finally, scaling your opportunities in a sustainable way means wisely reinvesting a portion of the tangible abundance you have already created. This is a crucial and non-negotiable principle of all long-term wealth building. When you receive new income, a portion of it should be strategically reinvested into the assets that will help you grow even further. Your most valuable asset is, and always will be, you. This means reinvesting in your own skills, knowledge, and well-being. It could mean taking an advanced course in your field, hiring a mentor or a coach, or investing in your health so you have the energy to perform at your peak. By consistently upgrading your own skills and capabilities, you increase your capacity to provide value to the world, which in turn inevitably increases your capacity to earn. You should also reinvest in your business or career assets, such as better equipment, more effective marketing, or other tools that will help you scale your results more efficiently and with less personal effort. By analyzing your successes, systemizing what works, leveraging your momentum, and strategically reinvesting in your assets, you are moving beyond the realm of simple manifestation. You are becoming a conscious, deliberate, and strategic architect of lasting generational prosperity. You are now building powerful and effective systems for sustainable, scalable success, strategically turning your single celebrated wins into a lasting legacy of ever-expanding prosperity. You have the tools, you have the strategies, and you have the powerful mindset of a true and tangible wealth creator. What, then, is the final and most important step of this entire transformative process? How do you integrate all of these practical and powerful practices so deeply into your very being that they are no longer a method you are consciously applying, but simply the natural, automatic, and joyful way you live your abundant life? Our final chapter holds the key to this ultimate integration. Remember to subscribe to Success Attraction Formula, give this video a like, and comment with your personal opinions or suggestions for channel development. Chapter 8. Living Abundance as a Repeatable Method. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle for the very first time. In the beginning, it is a conscious, clumsy, often frustrating, and highly methodical process. You have to think about every single, separate step. Keep the handlebars straight. Look far ahead, not at your feet. Push down on the right pedal. Now the left. Find your center of balance. Don't forget to steer. Your conscious mind is completely consumed with the mechanics of the method. But after a period of consistent and dedicated practice, something magical and transformative happens. You stop thinking about the steps. The process becomes subconscious, automatic, integrated, and effortless. You no longer think about the method of riding. You simply get on the bike and enjoy the exhilarating feeling of the wind in your hair as you glide down the street with grace and ease. You are no longer consciously doing the method. You have unconsciously become the rider. This is the final and ultimate goal of the Tangible Abundance Method. This chapter is about reaching that beautiful and powerful state of unconscious competence, where the principles of creation are no longer a set of techniques you are actively applying, but have become the very fabric of your identity, the natural, automatic, and joyful way you live your life. This final stage of the journey is one of deep and lasting integration. It is about moving from consciously doing the various practices in this book to unconsciously being. An abundant person. An abundant person does not need to be constantly reminded to set clear goals, to convert their vision into action, or to track their progress. This way of being has become their default operating system. Their mind is now naturally and automatically wired for success, for opportunity, for resilience, and for perpetual growth. They have so fully integrated the entire method that it has become a repeatable and reliable part of who they are, as natural as breathing. This is the journey through the 4 stages of competence. You began at unconscious incompetence. not knowing what you didn't know about creating abundance. Then move to conscious incompetence, becoming aware of your old limiting patterns. Then progress to conscious competence, actively applying the method with deliberate thought. And now you arrive at unconscious competence, embodying the method effortlessly. Living abundance as a repeatable method means that your fundamental approach to life becomes proactive, not reactive. When you desire a new outcome in your life, you do not simply wish for it or complain about its absence. Your automatic, integrated response is to immediately and calmly move through the core creative process you have now mastered. You will naturally and effortlessly define the new desire in clear, tangible, and measurable terms. You will automatically begin to visualize and embody the feeling of that new reality, not as a chore, but as a joyful act of creation. You will seamlessly convert that inner vision into a series of practical and vibrational daily actions without hesitation or procrastination. You will intuitively track your progress. You will strategically overcome any blocks that arise with a sense of curiosity rather than fear, and you will look for ways to scale your successes. This is no longer a difficult conscious process you have to remember. It is your natural and instinctual response to a new creative impulse. You have become a master of the craft. Let's imagine a final scenario with someone who has reached this state of mastery. Her name is Clara, and she has successfully used the tangible abundance method over the past few years to double the income of her small business. Now, a new, much larger and more exciting goal appears in her heart. She desires to expand her business into a new international market. The old Clara would have been completely paralyzed by the size, complexity, and perceived risk of such a goal. But the new Clara, who has fully integrated the method, is calm, centered, and confident. Her mind immediately and automatically begins the creative process. She takes out her journal not as a chore, but as a familiar and trusted friend. She sets a new, clear, measurable intention for her international expansion, including specific revenue targets, market penetration goals, and a clear timeline. She spends her morning sessions joyfully visualizing the successful launch, feeling the profound pride and excitement of seeing her products being loved and appreciated by a new culture. She then, without any internal resistance, action maps the first, small, tangible steps, researching the target market, contacting a translation service, exploring international shipping logistics. She creates a new, detailed progress tracker for this specific project, with clear, motivating milestones. She has effortlessly transformed a massive, intimidating dream into a manageable, actionable, and repeatable project. She is living the method. A person living abundance as a repeatable method is also a master of resilience. They are no longer emotionally thrown off course by unexpected challenges or failures. They see these events not as personal verdicts on their worth or their abilities, but simply as valuable data points, as feedback in their ongoing creative process. When a product launch does not go as planned, their automatic response is not despair or self-blame. It is a calm, unemotional, and strategic analysis. They automatically ask themselves the diagnostic questions. Was there a block in my clarity, my alignment, or my action? What is the data telling me? What is the lesson here? They learn the lesson, they adjust their strategy with agility, and they move forward with even greater wisdom and a higher probability of success. They have fully integrated the profound understanding that the journey of tangible creation is a process of constant learning, iteration, refinement, and growth. Ultimately, living this method means you have fundamentally and permanently shifted your core identity. You no longer see yourself as someone who is trying to become an abundant person. You see yourself, on a deep and cellular level, as an abundant person, a powerful and effective creator who knows how to use the principles of the universe to produce tangible, predictable, and beautiful real-world results. This is the true meaning of tangible abundance. It is not just about having an abundance of things in your outer world. It is about having an unshakable abundance of confidence, clarity, competence, and peace in your inner world. You have now journeyed through the entire practical and proven method for creating tangible, measurable abundance. You began by defining abundance in concrete terms and setting clear, measurable intentions. You learned how to convert your inner vision into powerful daily actions, how to use affirmations to drive measurable outcomes, and how to track your progress with tangible milestones. You have been equipped with focused strategies to overcome any block, and you have learned how to scale your successes into lasting prosperity. Finally, you have integrated these powerful practices until they have become a repeatable and natural part of who you are as a creator. You now hold the complete, step-by-step blueprint to translate spiritual principles into real-world, measurable, and tangible success. Thank you for taking this profound journey of empowerment with us. We are honored to have been your guide. Please show your support by liking this video, commenting with your insights, and subscribing to Success Attraction Formula.